Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take you guys through a bunch of new Steam news and updates that I found interesting. A lot of information coming out about the Steam Deck that I do want to talk about. Dark Souls 3 finally coming back online. That's pretty exciting. Mount & Blade 2 has an official release date, and a pretty cool and notable mod for Half-Life 2 has dropped. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, a lot of news around Steam Deck. So, Steam Deck, the official Twitter account on deck, noted on Twitter, "Hello, we wrote a small book about Steam Deck, Steam, and Valve. We're pretty happy about how it turned out, and we're now making it available digitally. Learn more and download the booklet here." So, there's a lot of information coming out of this little booklet, I guess you would call it, which Wario64 on Twitter, great Twitter account, put out some snippets out of the booklet. Valve says Steam Deck is a multi-generational product line and that the Steam Deck and Steam OS will be supported well into the foreseeable future. We will build new versions to be even more open and capable than the first version of the Steam Deck has been. So that's pretty interesting, and also Steam Deck user's interface will soon be available through the desktop client as a new version of Big Picture, the version of Steam that's meant to be used with the game controller and on a television screen, and the compatibility work for Steam Deck will be inherited by other platforms like Chrome OS, which will soon provide support for Steam gaming for all Chromebook users. So, a lot to digest there. I don't think it's that much of a shocker that Steam Deck is going to be a generational product line where, you know, all of us that have a Steam Deck right now, we got the first generation, but in a couple years, maybe in a year or two, there's gonna be another Steam Deck, and then there's gonna be another Steam Deck, and it's gonna be something you have to gauge, like, how often do you want to upgrade your Steam Deck? Do you just want to upgrade it every generation, sell your existing Steam Deck, and then buy the latest model? Do you want to take it like a lot of people take graphics cards, where you buy one and then you wait a couple generations and then you buy another one? I imagine that's the route the majority of people are going to go. That's just how it works with a generational product line. It is sometimes a little bit of a bummer because you're like, ah, should I just keep on waiting and waiting? But then you wait and 6 years go by and you're like, man, I could have been gaming at a higher quality level for the past 6 years if I just bought it. But nonetheless, it's something that's going to vary from person to person. But I had been saying that from the get-go, that Steam Deck has some issues right now, but this is the first in many that I am sure we are going to get over the next decade or so. And hopefully it just gets better and better, and I hope that Steam Deck does get to a point where it's readily available on store shelves. Like, I foresee Steam Deck getting very, very popular. Like, right now, within the gaming ecosystem, I feel like it's a pretty notable piece of hardware, and a lot of people that have it do really enjoy it. Right now, there's supply issues. Right now, maybe the price point is a bit out of reach for some people, especially when you're talking about the higher-end models. Let's say at some point it is $400, and you get a decent amount of storage, it's a capable platform. I don't think that's the worst asking price in the world, and I think that's going to be very accessible to a lot of people. Again, if you have it readily available on store shelves as well, I think, you know, people walk in, they're deciding, hey, I want something on the go. Do I get the Nintendo Switch, or do I get Steam Deck? Oh, Steam Deck suddenly looks to be a very attractive option for a lot of people, and for me, you know, it was a very attractive option because my Steam library just gets migrated over, but for a lot of people, they can just look at the game library that's available on Steam. Well, I can play all of these games, and there's sales running all the time, and I can get them at a good price. I could see Steam Deck becoming a very, very marquee product for Valve. Right now, again, within our bubble, it's a very notable product, and I feel like it is going outside of the bubble as well a little bit, but to really get outside the bubble and, you know, click with a lot more casual consumers, I do think you need to have it readily available, of course. And hopefully with future generations, that happens as well. And again, another app being created with an updated Big Picture, that making it more accessible as well. So that's pretty cool. I think Steam Deck has a very, very bright future going forward. Even if you have this generation, like, bro, there's so many games on Steam that you're never going to finish your backlog. Let's be real. I'm never going to finish my backlog. You're never going to finish your backlog. And the majority of our backlogs can run on the Steam Deck right now. So, yeah, there you go with that. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to note Dark Souls put out a very pertinent tweet. Online features for the PC version of Dark Souls 3 have been reactivated. We are working to restore these features for all other Dark Souls titles and will inform you when they are back in service. Thank you once more for your patience and support. Finally, it's back online. This was a long time coming. It was down for quite a while, but nice to see the Dark Souls 3 online features coming back. I love Dark Souls 3. That was probably, across the Dark Souls games, my favorite Of the three titles, Bloodborne is still my favorite From Software game. I just love the setting of Bloodborne, but Dark Souls 3 was pretty dope as well. And now you're gonna get a fully featured version on PC once again. So wanted to quickly note that that's a game that still goes for a hefty price point, man. Like, not that hefty, but you know, you're not getting it for sub $10. You're paying like $15, $20 for Dark Souls 3 still. And I think Bandai Namco knows that these games just hold up in value and people are always going to want them. So why lower the cost more so than you need to, so to speak? Alright, moving on from that, I do want to quickly note a couple more things. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, we got the official release date, October 25th of 2022. Obviously, the game's been in early access for north of 2 years now, and you know, it's been making quite a bit of progress, and there's a lengthy page on their Steam community page. We have developed Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord as a multi-platform game since day one. The console version will, as such, have the same gameplay features as the PC version. The currently available PC early access will also move on to a full release along with the console launch on the same date, but do not fret. While this marks an important milestone for the game, it is not the end of the road for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, which will keep receiving updates in the months to come. They also noted some things about Gamescom and whatnot. The game is priced at $49.99, but you can find it on sale every now and again. A very positive reception on Steam across 152,000 reviews, 87% positive. Haven't played it in quite a while, but definitely one that I do want to jump back into. I'm kind of looking for a game that I can like sink a ton of time into, and Mount & Blade 2 was one game on my list that I was like, you know what, I want to get so immersed into a game where I'm dropping like north of 100 hours into it. And with Mount & Blade 2, you could probably drop even more than that. Got a couple games on my plate right now, and there's so much stuff coming out that I don't know if I'm going to get around to it until we have, like, one of these holiday breaks coming up. But, yeah, Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, October 25th. For the full release on that, be on the lookout for that. And lastly, I do want to note that the Half-Life 2 mod, Entropy 02, is out now. Already, this dropped a week ago, and already overwhelmingly positive reception, 4,300 reviews, and 98% positive. This is a totally new campaign for Half-Life 2, so you can check that out. Half-Life 2 has such an in-depth modding scene that, you know, I've barely scratched the surface with that. Obviously, like, everybody's played Half-Life 2, and I imagine the majority of you guys already own the game. If you don't, the game goes on sale for dirt cheap, and you can get so much out of the game. The features note overhauled combat, new effects, enemies, and weapons, a brand new campaign spanning 7 chapters of content, overhauled enemy AI, enemy willpower, and enemy variants, creating exhilarating combat scenarios, a narrative-driven experience with a fully voiced and choreographed cast. Command squads of Combine soldiers, have them do your bidding, and experiment with grenades, weapons that consume enemies and objects and spawn life forms in return. Again, that is available now. You do need to own Half-Life 2, so bear that in mind, but nonetheless, new mod for that. And it's been very well received thus far. So that is going to do it for me. Again, Steam Deck gets a lot of updates thanks to this booklet. Multiple generations to come, and a lot of support to be coming from Valve with that. Dark Souls 3 being reactivated, online features coming back on from that. Jump back into that game if you're interested. I did enjoy Dark Souls 3 quite a bit. And Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord dropping October 25th, and Entropy 02 live right now. Free mod. Download that if you're interested. New campaign. You do need to own Half-Life 2, of course. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.